park, Mr. Grandstand. Shut up, bitch, Papa Willie in this motherfucker. 12 o'clock, pussy popping on a handstand. One time for the realest in this motherfucker. Knocking plays out the park, Mr. Grandstand.
Sound like a lot of fucking ism in this place. Yeah. Fuck around, put 4 or 5 bitches in your face, nigga. Yeah. I put these bitches on display, nigga. Get out of pocket, get the fuck up on my space, nigga. Feel like I got the Midas touch. I cook the best dope in the town, your shit ain't white enough. I'm really preaching, you be in the booth just writing stuff. Plus my jewelry shining harder, yours ain't bright enough. For him, my shit just lighting up. I'm catching fast, so I suggest you niggas tighten up.
Podcast in the world.
I don't even know where I picked up my mic.
I thought you was gonna come through with a longer world.
No, you had that. I let people do that.
Good hoop on Sunday basketball. I wish the WNBA would start the games a little bit later. I just feel as though like Monday at 1 o'clock is just a little too early for you guys. No shade, but 3 and 5. I feel like that's a better bag for y'all personally.
I was gonna say 5 and 7, but I feel that.
You're right, but I'm thinking 3 just because there's young children who I'm gonna assume need to go to sleep early. I don't have kids, so I'm projecting.
I was definitely about to say, I don't know when school starts, so.
Well, I don't think it's about school. Sometimes you just want to put the kids down.
I feel that.
I think they do the ones for the kids though. If you ever see those 1 o'clock jokes, that's super field
kid.
trip vibes.
But that's my thing. Like during the week, yes. Yeah. But I'm talking about on the Sunday particular.
I agree with you. Sunday countdown for the NBA be 1 o'clock.
NBA season isn't during the summertime.
Oh, I didn't know you were talking about it just for your summer sports.
Well,
vibes.
that's what they play.
I don't know, man.
What do you mean you don't know?
I didn't know you were mad about summer games starting at 1. Like,
We're talking about the WNBA.
I'm talking about the WNBA by product as a whole, and like the reason why I feel like 2 weeks ago there was a really good game at like 1 p.m. and it was the middle of a Sunday, and it was like, bro, I'm going to a baby's party. So like I'm assuming that I'm not the only person in America who has plans with, after church. Like this isn't, I hate to say, this isn't football.
No.
Like people ain't about to change their religion for this. These just the vibes. Like, so maybe you gotta be more, ingratiate yourself to the people. Now, this is also, there's TV schedules and that. So I get it. Listen,
I'm just say the Sunday primetime be crazy.
But that's what I'm saying.
And
The 3 and 5, you still beat the prime time. I think Sunday is like 7. So you get right before. I'm just saying, like, I think there's little very.
Maybe be on ABC, so definitely 7.
I think there's very small but intricate ways you can do to bring a few more up. That's all I'm saying. Because the Sky versus Sun, that was good hoop. Vandersloot was balling in that fourth.
I mean,
she does that. She's been doing that.
That's all they were saying. She's the most clutch player.
I'm just saying, like she did that in the finals last year too. Like that was her thing. Aaliyah Copper, finals MVP. All right. Since you've been watching randomly a lot of WNBA, I told somebody about you too. I was like, my homeboy, he loves that WNBA, but only when he's fucking with a show on the squad. So I said,
I be watching though now.
I was like, I said you be watching, but I said only when, and I was like, right now we're on the Sun, and she started laughing, and I was like, Dejanay. She was like, okay.
She know the vibes. She know the vibes. Yeah.
So, fuck, you made me forget because that know the vibes was jokes.
They know the vibes.
What do you think?
Could she be in Vegas?
Oh yeah, the Spurs. This is my question I was going to ask you. And then after this, we'll start the show. I said earlier that the Sky remind me of the Spurs in the way the team is set up, in which you got like a real dominant star in Tim Duncan, but you got other really, superstars. Vandersloot, Copper, what's the other shorty? Shorty used to play for the Mystics when they won. Isaman from Poland. Like they got like not little, but they have really good solid pieces to go around a big star.
You talking about the Sun?
No, the Sky.
Okay.
Does that remind you in any way of the Spurs? I mean, and the Sun remind me just of like the Lakers in the early 2000s where Jonquel Jones, Aaliyah Jones, Brianna Jones, Aaliyah Thomas, Alyssa Thomas, Courtney Williams, like they got a squad of like actual names.
They got guys and girls. I don't think they got it though.
But Jonquel was an MVP.
She was. Yes.
Alyssa, I definitely think it's been like defensive player, or when she after the shoulder came back.
Most improved, all that shit.
They got people who have, I would argue, more accolades within the league than that other team.
That shoulder injury was crazy.
Bro, she don't even shoot the same now.
Right. And then she tore her Achilles.
And she been, bro, her, Jonquel, and Brianna, like, that's the best front court in the game, is it not?
They be open.
You add Courtney Williams. She been to the finals before when she was with Atlanta. Like, you know, like, they got, I would argue, like, just as far as name, it's them in the Vegas. But for some reason, every time I look up, Sky got the best record in the league. The Sky, well, Vegas won the Commissioner's Cup, so. But, like, Sky, they're probably going to get the number 1 overall seed.
They are.
So.
They were open today.
So, my question, am I crazy for thinking that comparison, or.
I kind of probably got 600 blocks.
She's like only the 5th woman in the league to ever do
Shout
that.
out to Brittany Griner. She's on the list.
Oh, shout out. It's nasty. You could have just did that without.
She was on the list. They showed it. I was like, oh, look at that.
Oh, look at that. Not free her, but oh, look at that.
There's something really wrong with you. Jesus.
Hey, they did it on purpose. What the fuck?
Of course they did.
No, they was ready for that stat to come out, man.
Of course they did that on purpose. So, answer the question, then we can start the show. We've given the WNBA a lot. Nobody better ever say that we don't, that like, niggas don't be watching sports. Like, we've watched multiple games of the WNBA.
I mean, we're watching it right now. Like, yo. I don't know.
Stewie!
Right.
I don't like black hair Stewie, personally.
For real?
Yeah, she just seems like she don't got enough personality. It seems like she's in a bad place or something.
You gotta relax. I feel the Spurs comparison, though.
What for?
The Candace was going crazy. Definitely the Tim Duncan. And then you just got endless role players that are all going to do their role.
And, like, above, they're not just, like, they're above. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
They're
Tony.
all doing their fucking role.
There's stars on other squads.
Tony Parker. Like, but they just work so well within the system.
Yeah. They were open. Granted, some was open too, but we folded. Yeah. But they was open.
I love that. We
folded.
Dejanay had this one mean dive with the left hand. I said, I said, oh, Madden's girl is balling.
Year 3, 4.
Oh, Kelsey.
Oh, she's passing over the summer been got
yeah, she's been dropping like in the lane. She's been dropping.
It's like the summer league jump that they do in Vegas that the women do over the summer.
That's a whole different league.
I'm hip, but
they just started. I think this is the first year.
Last year was the first year.
Oh yeah.
Her role with the team is just like, listen, you can't be out here just trying to jack everything. You have all these hoopers on the squad. Who did she play with
last year?
She
was on Sun.
Who's the one shorty who used to be tough at college and then like got cut like her first year?
Tia Cooper.
No. It was another. I think she went to Baylor too.
Cooper got cut?
Yeah, but that was Cooper's like been in the league for a little bit. But she got cut because of the shit with Derek Fisher.
Yeah.
I don't think. Ooh, look at
right.
She's a bucket,
I'm
bro.
afraid of that.
She's a bucket.
Do not want to see that.
But all right, I think we've gotten the comparison. So you think it's fair? Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm vibing with you.
I like.
I'm vibing with you.
Okay, Stewie. That's all right.
All right, so this past week I went to a conference in Vegas. Don't laugh. I went to a conference in Vegas.
He recap you?
No, I didn't fully recap him, but I gave him a little bit.
I don't know what happened.
I gave him a little bit. I didn't give him too much. You know, I like to do my in-person recaps personally.
You got 3 boos on the court right now.
Asia, Kelsey,
and De'Erica.
So you always have 3 boos on the court, mainly.
I like that. Wow.
They play for the same team. I was waiting for the shorty on the Storm. I was like, oh, which one of them for the Storm? And then he was like, De'Erica. I was like, okay, kind of figured. But so I was out there for the conference.
I was thinking something else, man. Yeah, I was on that wave, man. My bad.
You're nasty. We was vibing.
I'm glad we're here. You know what I'm saying? Maybe.
Just nasty vibes all around. All around nasty vibes. Vegas conference. Really great. I love black people. Black people are so much fun. They're so enjoyable. They're such good vibes. I would recommend if anybody is in, the field. Bro, we got audio. I'm like, bro, if you find yourself wanting to maybe just, like I said, network with. That I think that's
what it is. Big ass networking of it.
There's panels, there's discussions, there's workshops. People sign up for different things.
You the link when Charles sent in the group chat?
I mean, I know what it is.
Yeah, I'm about to say
it's been around forever.
Come on, bro.
I just don't know.
I thought you were like fake a part of it because of the field.
Yeah, I mean,
that's what I'm saying.
Circa 2017, 18, me, I was definitely like, maybe I should go vibe, but.
No, it's funny. That's exactly the same time when more people started telling me about it. And I was thinking to myself, I could vibe.
Yeah.
And then
You went out and you got
no. Yeah, you're right. But shout out to Jasmine, my homegirl, because she was back then. She was like, I don't know why you're not coming to this. She was just like, you just meet people, right. and at that point, I was just like, you know what? That's a good point. Like you just literally, people get to see your face. You get to talk. There was this lovely anchor, news reporter who works in DC. Her name was Melanie. I'm gonna find out all her exact. But she said she's an anchor in DC, CBS.
Okay.
Dark skin, shorter lady. And she was telling we had a good convo about DC proper, versus DC transplants. And she was like, PG transplants. I was like, yeah. I was like, okay. So, I probably would never had that opportunity to maybe just talk to her in that way about a bunch of hosts of things. So I would argue that.
She from here?
No, she's from South Carolina.
That's all right.
You know what I'm saying?
She probably been working so long that she's like.
Bro, she had smoke for this. I was like, whoa, I can't let you do that. I was like, I can let you. I was like, this is a pretentious ass place, and I was like, we do got a lot of issues, but I can't just let you go off. I was like, we ain't no more pretentious than any other major market city. So we ain't more pretentious than New York, damn sure. Not more pretentious than
Atlanta.
That's funny that we had this whole conversation about the different types of. So it was a good convo. My long story short,
Charlotte, all them places.
My long story short is that NABJ is a great vibe, and I definitely think if you're within the field, you should at least go once just to experience. And also, it's fun. Like I know journalists get maybe the rap nerd in a few maybe industries or through people's perspective, but the motherfuckers be having fun.
Nerd rap. You said rap nerd. You said
they get the nerd rap.
They get the rap nerd.
Oh, yeah, that kind of works too.
It did. That's why I was like, hold on.
It made sense to me.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But I thank you for collecting the English. Yeah. I was actually had a great thing for the group chat earlier about the shortening of words. Please have respect for the Queen's English. Thank you. But that's neither here nor there.
I'm definitely a fan of abbreviated everyday words.
I don't live there.
I think it's fun.
Nigga, you speak her English.
Her. I speak American.
You speak the Queen's English, buddy.
It came from that.
That's all I'm saying. Listen, niggas don't ever want to just bro, something gotta come from somewhere, bro. Niggas did not make up English in America. They brought it from somewhere. I know niggas want to be we the only ones, we the kings. But I promise you, other things happen in between that.
You got here.
We've been mixing. We've been doing other things. There's a lot going on.
So I still be in Africa.
I gotta conform.
I didn't say you have to conform to the Queen's English. I'm just saying, put a little bit of respect on it sometimes.
Yeah, we're not asking you for ending it.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not asking you to go 1800s, but I'm
asking you to add a U to color.
Exactly. Or favorite. I'm not asking for all that. I'm not asking for any lads. I just want a little bit of respect on the originals.
We're not asking you to change the spelling.
We're changing highlights to lights. At a certain point,
them lights, nigga.
We have to draw a fucking line.
You're the only one mad about that, bro. What's the problem?
It's really bothering me.
You're the only one mad.
Thank you. Speak up, nigga. Stand up.
Stand up.
Stand up for sure. But I was confused as shit.
Girl, she has a great accent.
She's pretty funny.
New Orleans.
But she's like a child though. They say she's 19. Stop.
There you go, please. Because once I found that out, I was like, I keep all comments to myself. There it is. You have to. She's a child, just nope. That's nasty. That's a child. You can't view her like that.
What's too young for you? I don't even know if this is where we are right now, but what's too young for you?
All right, so I was going to say before we get into this, I was like, today, we're going to do more vibes. I got time. We're going to just go back to old vibes type shit.
I like that.
So what's the age for you?
Floor's yours.
Yeah. I'm married. I have nothing to do.
What's too young for me?
Yeah. This is wild.
26.
So 4 years, you're a junior.
Yeah.
The 1998 has been looking all right lately.
So that's 24. So that's 6 years you're junior.
98's been,
Nigga, say with your chest, nigga. That's what I'm saying. So 6 years. All right.
Yeah. Nigga said the 98 has been looking like.
I'm saying, they got the tag. The
98.
The 1990, the 90s tag.
He said that for us.
I mean,
Nah, I see some 96 jumps right there on the ankle.
That's what I'm saying. It be the ankle.
I saw it in Vegas for the first time.
Be the knuckle sometimes.
I was like, is that a thing?
Yeah, it be right there.
Like 90, between 95 and 99, I want to say. Like them
Bro,
jumps.
I see 96 and I was just like,
those young
I
ladies.
started doing the math in my head.
Those young ladies started doing
I was
that.
like, she's like 26. I was
Yeah.
like,
And it's usually like around the ankle or like the wrist or
right
or
here.
the hip, somewhere like that.
knuckles
The knuckles too. Yeah.
They gangster.
if they gangster.
Yeah, I like the knuckles.
All right. Damn, so okay. So y'all not off your Seinfeld, like you're not dating like 17-year-olds.
No,
like that's not your bag.
No, I'm not out here breeding children.
I'm just saying, people listen. I find it so funny that like in 2022, everyone's just like, no way, but like literally growing up, like, and once again, not right now, but like this was the thing. Like there were plenty men who were like, yo, she's 18, or she's age of consent.
They cross the street road.
She's the age of consent.
Yeah.
Like
she old enough to cross the street. Like
Yeah, see, that's kinda
that
wild.
was a wild nigga.
That was a
statement.
wild.
That's when I was
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, you niggas are rapists.
The consent one was always wild too because at 16, like this is when people are teaching you about like sex. I think not teaching, but like you're actually learning about it. I would argue firsthand. This is like maybe a little earlier for some people.
Hormones, you going through puberty.
Yeah, but there's no more book sex ed. It's more like real life at this point. And
Go ahead, gyrating.
And for that to be the point where like you got older men like breaking down like, yeah, I can talk to her, but only because it's just like, how does this work?
Only because in this state, if she say yeah, it's okay.
You know, like, and I think it's weird because
Nasty
at
nigga.
16, I don't know how many boys or young men are actually thinking all that through. I wasn't. It was just like, okay, that's interesting. Yeah. But you know when I first started thinking about it was weird? My little cousin Zida, when I went to Temple that first year, she called me and she was hanging with some nigga who was 23. So that means she was like 15 at that point. Yes, because my freshman year is her sophomore year.
Yeah.
Yes. And I was just like, I was 19. So I thought to myself, that's weird.
When we went to Ocean City, I feel like the niggas that they bagged was older than.
Yes. But I was like, that was just like vibes. Ocean City, I didn't know any better. It was children. You know when they be like, children be raising. Yeah, what they say. I used to be like, just people talking shit. But no, like, that experience lets me know that's all it was. It was children watching other children. Like, no conformity. Bro, we let these girls drink and throw up on the bed. It just was like, clean that up.
Right?
Yeah. But, yeah, when that happened with I was 19, I was just like, that's weird.
That nigga older than me.
Bro, and I was like, I don't even like your friends. I was like, I'll be thinking your friends are children. So if I think your friends are children and it's a nigga older than me who is like, yo, that's fair game.
This shit is mad weird.
That was the first time it actually became weird to me. Before then, I never thought about it. Like, when you hear about the girls, like, dating niggas, it's just like, I hate to be this guy. 16 is like, oh, that chick's a hoe. Like, I'm kind of hating. Like, why does nigga who in college want to talk to her? Like, but then it's just like,
She usually was fire though.
always. So it's not that like.
So the nigga was just winning, bro.
Yes, it wasn't that like.
Had
I
the
was
young
hating the
Joe.
money. If you're the guy.
Picked up, I'm catching the
Bro.
bus and she getting in a whip. That's what.
I don't know how y'all. I don't know. I can't speak for y'all, but at one point I was in high school and my girlfriend was in college, so I actually vividly remember how this works in my mind. Yeah, I remember vividly how this works.
And then you had the private school shit too, like.
Imagine your girlfriend like going to school like 15 minutes like down the street from you, and it's just being like, and there's this one big snowstorm, and then like you just see on like Facebook a dorm with just everyone out there, and they all just vibing, and you just in the crib about to like go to school the next day, and it's just your girl and like not even just this nigga, but it's just everybody and like what you look at this thing, and what your mind is like a basically free for all, and you just like, I'm about to go wear a uniform tomorrow. And you know they vibe. You know, because you've been up there and you see what the vibes are.
Yeah, it's vibe.
And you're just like,
because you've been with Shorty in the vibes.
and you're just like, wow.
That was in the back of your mind.
At the time, nigga, I went to school on Good Luck Road, my nigga. My school was right here. You crossed the highway. Two lights. Her school is right there. At one point, I remember we had a conversation before we broke it up. She was like, "You never came to visit me, and I go to school right across." I was like,
She was fed up.
"Yeah, nigga, because you go across because you go across your school is 20,000 people with niggas who got fucking $1 million jobs and about to go to the league and all this, and I'm in high school. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, these are the vibes. So once again, I get it. Like, any nigga in high school, I get it, buddy. But you gotta push through, my guys, because it gets better there. Gets better there. I'm dead. You don't feel that?
No, I didn't say I didn't.
Thank you.
I didn't say I didn't.
Didn't know he was gonna get that off today.
Listen, when you don't, when you just vibe,
Vegas,
you know, real life.
Vegas truck.
First of all right, can we stamp this? Do you guys think out of truck town is like a thing?
Well, out of what?
Out of town truck is a thing.
That's twice.
Yes.
But yeah,
definitely.
The fuck?
For sure.
Everybody out of town should be a little different.
Yeah, you got it.
Well, see, my thing about it is that I would argue truck in the South is different than out of town truck. Man, I've said it already. The morals get janky in the South.
Out of town Mook is a little crazy.
So, like, what happens in Houston and Atlanta and Miami and Noya? It's not the same energy as California. Like, when I go to LA, it's always just like, oh, roses and flowers and like everyone is wearing shorts.
Weed and avocado toast.
It's Nobu. It's Nobu. It's like, it's doing things that I really...
eating sushi tonight,
Oh my goodness.
What are we doing?
The yellowtail was to die for.
Yellowtail.
Bro, listen, you know I don't do... You listen, we sat here. I do not like sushi.
I'm a sushi nigga.
Bro.
When Charles said yellowtail, I was like,
nigga.
yeah, baby.
I literally
That's
told...
right.
I literally
Did you
told...
have the caviar on top of
Oh, me and McNutt were vibing too. She's a real one.
Who?
McNutt.
Oh, yeah.
Big vibing. So we was at the table. She was like, don't be ghetto at night. I was like, how you know this my vibe? She was like, don't do that. I was like, all right. And then
You look like a chicken nuggets and fries ass nigga.
She know the vibe.
I ain't eating it,
But you know,
I know you from PG. I know you from home, Slim, but you gotta relax.
She said, not today. I said, say less.
Right now.
I said, say less. I'm gonna respect the gangster.
Little culture, baby. Put that pinky up when you fucking with him.
So
Yeah.
we did that. Bro, to die for. So listen. Nobu, us. Listen, I'm Nobu on me.
Nobu in Vegas is crazy.
Nobu here on me in like
right there by saying that.
in like September. Cause we gonna celebrate something. Cause I got a feeling we gonna get some really good news soon. So we gonna celebrate something in December with the Nobu.
For sure.
Speaking of places speaking of food and shit, I went to Salt Bay's restaurant. And
We got B team, right?
yeah, he wasn't there. So I don't know if it's B team because he just wasn't there or it's always B team. Like if he was still there, would I have gotten B team? So
He stayed his main joint in Cali, right?
I don't know.
That's in the package. That's when you got paid for it.
Okay, so it's a whole thing.
Yeah.
All right,
But I
so
know he mainly be at the joint in Cali though. And like
I can see that.
And the joints like overseas depending on personnel.
well, let's get to the food though. The food isn't bad, so I want to make that. I want to preference that.
I like how you started with that because you definitely about to critique the food.
The food isn't bad. The food isn't
To die for.
to die for neither. Thank you for that. So where do we go from there? The food isn't bad and the food isn't to die for.
Where do we go for?
The food is fucking expensive as
I was about to
fuck.
say at that point, how
saying.
much
That
is the
shit is
food?
wild.
If it's not that
So,
fire, you know what I mean?
I
Like,
paid $100 for maybe a 6 to 8 ounce steak.
the gold gym.
No, just the
Just a
regular.
regular
I could even show you on the menu.
Wanted to see what you was doing out there. So
Dry age or at least? Okay. I'm about to say, give me something for 100.
Bro, the most basic one was a sliced one
And
for
I like-
85.
I was about to say probably like 70.
I went to Peter Luger's and got the porterhouse for $125. It was a lovely porterhouse.
And that like 2 people?
This one was a one-person Wagyu type shit,
like 2 people.
and it was maybe 8 ounces. But whatever. I got the buttered vegetable, but like string beans. That was like $20.
they going crazy.
I got 2 drinks.
Bill sounded like $4.
That were $25 each.
Gratuity included.
My total before gratuity was $189.
Oh, it's true. Thought it was more.
I remind you, I had a steak, some string beans, and 2 drinks.
It's nasty.
After tip, my bill was $210. Because I was gonna give him the 18%, and then I thought to myself, no, nigga. Only thing that happened was a nigga sprinkled salt on my shit at one point. Like, that was literally it. Like, no real, like, high quality experience. Like, no dot. Like, the ambiance is cool. But I promise you, if my meal was before tip, if my meal was $139, I'm having a whole different experience. I'm talking about this way differently. And between that and Nobu, it made me realize that I hate when expensive shit is good. I really do. Like, for me, I would much rather expensive shit be trash and have it be a what? Because I'm never going back to Salt Bay's restaurant. Like, did it. I'm sorry. It wasn't worth it. And I know that. And I go to sleep at night not thinking about Salt Bay's restaurant ever again in life. Every time I would see, I would think about my experience and be like,
this shit was trash.
meh. And I knew it wasn't all that because as soon as I was leaving, the girl was like, "You want a picture with the Salt Bae?" I was like, "Nah." She was like, "Are you sure?" I was like, "Lovely, thank you, but no." And I walked out. So, yeah, I don't know why, but it really made me realize that I really hate when like expensive shit is good because like the Nobu was y'all like that shit was fire. So now,
What else you get there, guy?
I ate this one fire
And the Noble
breakfast.
guy, he reasonably priced for real.
Yeah, like for real, like
We
you
gonna be honest.
yeah, it wasn't nothing crazy. I ate at this great brunch place called the Henry. That was in the Cosmopolitan, I believe.
I've been there. That shit torch.
That shit was fire. It was a really good
that shit's
breakfast. And then I was just keeping the gangs on the strip. I had Raisin Canes a few times. Fuck with the Raisin Canes. I ain't had Raisin Canes since I used to visit Taylor and VCU. So I was fucking with the Raisin Canes.
Damn, they got one right there on the campus.
Was going crazy with that joint when I would pull it to Richmond. And then,
Because they got one on Old Dominion campus. Shout out Mouse.
yeah. And then I was just eating little shit like here and there, like catch some chicken, catch this and that. But the main joints was the Nobu and
So you
the...
know how we doing with all the time, so I just need something to survive.
Yeah, the
the
Nobu was a product of being invited, and then the Salt Bae was me looking up restaurants and me being dumb and not putting two together when I seen that the picture of Salt Bae, I was just like, oh, they're using this as a reference. But I didn't, because it was like a real professional pic. It wasn't like him in this, it was like,
Nigga thought he was hosting the night.
I thought it was like, oh, I was like, oh, this nigga, maybe he be in here. But like, who thinks about Salt Bae like that anymore?
Nobody.
Now,
Until you start throwing meat in niggas' mouths.
so now what else do I have to be thinking about? Solo traveling.
I'm not pausing that because he literally be throwing meat in niggas' mouths.
Little hibachi gel.
Nigga cut your steak and then what? You're a freak.
Solo travel. This is like, I wouldn't call this solo travel because it went to a conference. But
But it was solo travel.
yeah, just like
'Cause you
from
ain't
point
go-
A to one.
I'm gonna say because you ain't go with wifey or your man, so
So this reminds me, but I did want to go meet people that I knew. Like I knew Tashawn, I knew a few other people who were like
for sure.
part of the shits. But it got me thinking.
You didn't stay with them.
Got me thinking. Solo travel needs to be mandatory for all adults at some point. I believe so.
No, I'm gonna duck off on y'all in a minute.
I believe every adult needs to go and explore a place by themselves. They need to not have the comfort of having people or things they know and just see. Go meet other people, go do things by your lonesome. I think like that'll be a good reset for any person, in particular people with kids. If you can, I know like some people can't, just can't, and I get that. Life is hectic, but I definitely believe that solo travel, for all it's worth, definitely can help. I think sort of balance or like center a person for some reason. I truly believe that like when you just be by yourself thinking, and like you're forced to be by yourself, like, ooh, Chelsea Gray's a bucket. And there's like no one around to kind of be like, oh, you know, like you're looking down. Let me ask you this question to try to make you feel good, or let me do. It's a way different vibe, and I really believe everyone should enjoy it. So, you got any thoughts on solo travel?
Yeah, where you gonna try to go, guys?
I gotta go to.
Because you just claimed that this isn't technically solo travel. And I was literally over here trying to think of my travels and if it was solo or not. And I was just thinking, the last time I fully probably did that, not even fully, because I definitely met Talib out there, but literally when I went to Cali, the only time I went to Cali, I was there for a week for a little work event at the end of the week.
Yeah.
But prior to that, it was just
Vibing.
and linked to leave like twice. But I was just literally in LA, just like,
Yeah.
fuck it.
And I'm sure you was enjoying the vibes.
Bro, I was there. I went to meet this nigga Arthur. He lived in Temecula. That shit was like an hour and a half away and shit. So I was just literally driving the streets of California and shit.
Just seeing things.
Just vibing it.
Think about being in a place that looks nothing like a place you've always been.
Yeah.
You just get to just thinking about little, like, not even like the most, I'm not even talking about no crazy, like, just like, damn, they got like the mountains. You can see that mountains when you're driving. Like,
You start appreciating certain shit.
just little shit like, yo, all the houses, maybe the buildings aren't as big, or maybe the buildings are, it's just little shit about everyday life that I think once you get away and, like I said, by yourself, there's something about being by yourself.
I might be cat. I usually do this when I go to my yearly trip to Florida, and I stay in fucking Orlando for a day. That's
And then
literally
you
my
would
solo
drive
trip.
down to Miami.
Yeah, just vibe. You know, just see the scenes and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely do that for the Orlando. I'm trying to go to fucking Nashville. You was just there. But I'm trying to go to Memphis or some shit, catch a game or
So you're
three.
trying to go to Tennessee, period.
Yeah, I'm trying to catch a game or three. Just vibe.
Yeah, low key,
Let me know. I'm with that.
Nashville's a good vibe. I was good.
Need to see the king.
I've judged a few places on the airport, like Detroit. I was like, I'm going back to Detroit. The one time I was in the airport, I was like, I'm just fucking with the D. I don't know why. I was like, there's something about it. The energy was good when I stepped out. I was like, yo.
Detroit feel black though too though.
Yeah, no, definitely for sure. I
Yeah.
definitely think there's something to that. But next year they said it's in Birmingham, so
That's how I felt with Chicago. Like when we stayed in, like I had a layover in Chicago, coming from Vegas.
Okay.
No, going to Vegas, and I was
Go
like,
here?
yeah. And I was like, even though it was a swift jump, literally, like I'm just walking from gate to gate and them getting on the airplane, but like we walking through the jump, I'm like, I fuck with Chicago.
even the people who work in like
It was
who work
cold
in
as-
certain places,
Yeah,
you
it
could
was
tell.
it was cold as shit. It was raining, but it was like, hey, bro, like it's just something about this city. Even though it's cold as shit and it's raining, like it's still a good vibe. Cause like we got off the plane and then like Chuck said, the people that work there, they was just like, oh yeah, where y'all going? Where y'all connecting flight? Where y'all going? And then like they was just like directing us. So I was like, oh yeah, y'all need to go 5 gates that way. Y'all need to go that way. You know what I'm saying? Like have a good flight. Just being friendly. And I'm just like, oh yeah, I fuck with that. Like
Never been.
I'm trying to tell y'all, bro, the WNBA is lit, bro. If you just want to watch some good basketball, bro, it is a Sunday and the games have been amazing today.
you said something on the pod, not to like back in the day.
Going crazy.
When we was talking about how like you have to like if you're a fan
Of sport, yeah.
if you're a fan of an actual sport, then you'll watch any level of competition of it. And I really think that's where we're at with basketball, because it's just like there's no way you're not a fan of basketball and not a fan of the WNBA. That's just me. Like if you're not a fan of basketball, then how can you not be a fan of the WNBA?
They're hooping right now.
That's what
It's
I'm
like they're
saying,
super
bro.
hooping.
They've been hooping though.
Now look at this jumper. This is ridiculous.
Pull it.
Stewie just pulled up
Fuck it.
3.
Very Steph Curry like.
Right. 30 plus back-to-back games.
Like what?
Okay.
Ooh.
And one.
Oh, her head, she got hit.
Yeah, she probably got stepped on.
I think she caught her elbow to the back.
Get up, boo.
Do you believe in like, you know what I think we should do jersey swaps, but in real life. You remember that classic photo of the two dudes
It was in
partying?
Vegas, yeah. Or South, wherever they was at.
It was in Vegas.
Yeah,
It was in
black
the club.
dude and a white dude, yeah.
I guess they technically wouldn't be jerseys. I guess they'd be more attire.
Mm-hmm.
But are we pro the idea of just, all right, you was in the spin knot, you came, you and your boy, you was partying, he bought drinks, you bought drinks, you was on ladies, he was on ladies. you needed some help. He gave you something that you needed when in your da-da-da. Are you here for the...
No.
Not at all.
Not me.
There's no...
There's
got me
no clothes.
No, I like my clothes.
There's no...
I definitely like my clothes.
I would definitely swap. If me and a homie were linked... Let me provide a scenario.
I'm also thinking ism when you say this.
No. I'm thinking...
talking about a random...
I'm talking about...
I see you in that.
I see you, nigga.
Yeah, I
we
see
was doing it.
But no, nigga, you're not getting this shirt.
You're not getting... See, I respect...
But you're not getting this shirt, nigga.
But listen, we're switching shirts. It's not like I'm giving him away.
Honestly, if I had one of my Jones on, I might swap. Yeah, nigga, take no matters
Hazy John on. I might swap.
Man, take that shit.
Me personally,
represent.
I'm
nigga.
definitely doing a swap. Like if me and homie have, all right,
You swapping that?
I'm not swapping.
yes. Let's say we
swapping that?
Let's
I'm
say,
not swapping the Kente.
bro. Let's say we have a night.
I'm not swapping any of my
Can
sheets.
Can I? Well, we must the night must have the niggas.
Cut number
You
two.
got the access to tailors. I don't.
We can do that for you. More importantly, just say we could. I have a great story that I'm gonna share offline about tailors and all this and making kente. Yeah, I'm trying to be more respectful about what I do and not give away because people,
Yeah, you gotta keep that. It's culture.
we could be needing some of these people in the future. I don't want to be mean to anybody or say things that might rub someone the wrong way.
I hear you.
Back to my jersey swap though, or its higher swap.
Aces are great.
Bro, if we are in the spinot,
creases are great.
we get to the party
keep
maybe
in the
about
league.
12, and let's say I log in with you at the beginning of the party. We stay partying until 3 or 4, and I'm talking all night like different songs, different vibes, different moods, and you're there,
Different women.
and you're right there with me. Let's say
No, I don't mean to cut the story off, right?
right there. We're not swapping.
I don't mean to cut the
We're
story
not
off.
swapping.
Okay, you walked into the spot and
Okay.
the nigga is just vibing with you. You're not gonna be like, yo, this is kind of weird. Like, who are you, my guy?
No,
I don't even know
it has to
you.
be organic.
Yeah.
I see the tweet that was like,
I be out a lot, and that happens a lot.
I don't be fucking with niggas.
because you're mean.
I don't think I'm
That-
mean.
that
I don't got
fucking
time.
angry grouch
I
face.
also
Like,
don't be fucking with niggas.
I don't got time.
But I'll go out to smoke,
Listen.
and then he go out to smoke,
buddy.
and then we go back in the spot together.
Buddy,
I'll
when
share
I
a
was
chuckle with you.
I was
And then it's just like it's 2 jumps. I'm by myself. I need a
Oh,
man.
that was her.
Yeah.
2 on 1, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
And then it's
Who's
just like I pull
choosing?
up to the bar. He see me scoping one. He like, hey, bro.
I feel like this really happened. This is,
Sound like it is. Shit.
I'm like, hey, bro. You get one, I get the other one. Which one you want? I'm like, hey, I like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Blah, blah, blah. And they, all right, bet. I was trying to get the, I'm like, all right, bet. Say that. And then we just pull up, and then we get to talking. I might be able to swap
you
a
see what I'm
shirt
saying?
with that nigga.
Mook
I
needs
can't
more.
call you.
I just need
can't call
activity. I just need my man.
No, I don't need no swag surfing activity. I don't need that.
Oh my
I
god,
don't know you, guy.
Bro,
Like, what is this?
no.
Who
They
are you?
swag surfed in the spinot.
I know.
Did
I
you
don't
participate?
like
Oh Jesus,
I don't like that.
You participated.
I'm ashamed.
that. That is cool.
Niggas got
What year is this?
Bro,
That is
niggas got
Fuck.
and at one point,
Is this homecoming, my nigga? Like, what are you doing,
At
son?
one point, I was just like,
Fuck is this?
I was saying in my head,
HBC.
Yeah, like, what is
I
this,
was
bro?
like, yeah,
2010, all again, bro.
Technically,
I was
we were.
in the.
Hey,
He said it twice. I didn't want to give it no play.
I was hoping someone felt that. I was like, no one felt that. Like, I put that out there. I put that out there for a reason.
I did.
Bro, listen,
I did.
niggas was swag surfing, and I was in my head just like,
Charles,
I was
why'd
like,
you
how
say
did
but you were fully embraced, weren't you?
my
You was
God.
locked up.
No.
We black.
I hate you. I hate you.
Oh, we being niggas today, huh?
Bro, no, this is how it started. Let me tell
A
you.
lot of smiling and shit. Hey, yo.
So it started like this.
Stand up.
Niggas was, and I got that swag. I was like,
No.
so I'm like,
I don't like this already.
so then the nigga, like,
We're in the basement.
so I'm like, wow.
He was like,
So yo, go full. And this me. No, go hard like this.
I gotta do it because I'm light skinned.
Go
Because I
harder.
was- and I was going like this the whole time.
Go harder. But you turned up when it was time to turn
No,
up,
and then they
dog.
did the one joint. I was like, fuck it up.
That's what I'm saying. You turned up, nigga.
It was. I was.
You
Like,
turned.
I was so ashamed of myself. I was so ashamed of
You
myself.
should be.
Started, you know what I mean?
No, that's not. Bro,
Hated it.
nigga started.
This nigga hit the.
Hey, I was at I might have been. Nah, he was there. I went to an HBCU, nigga. I synced it, my nigga. I synced it.
Hold on.
I seen
Did you
it.
see the video? Hold on, did you see the video
Nah.
of Roland Martin?
Nah.
See, I can share this because this was on Twitter. They put this. Bro. No. This is no. See, now I have to tell the story. I was going to save it. Bro, why somebody was like, bro, you got on a kimono?
Oh, wow.
And he said,
oh, wow.
Bro, you should have seen.
I just said I want a kimono today.
Bro, no. You should have seen man's face. He was like this. He was like, what?
You don't know culture, baby.
He was like, this is Kente.
Yeah.
This is from Accra.
He was close enough.
You're ignorant as fuck.
Couple Ks. You might have got him mixed up, dog. Like, what do you mean, bro? He's right there,
Niggas
bro.
are fooling. Long story short, your man is like, this is Kente from Accra. Now, I was like, he's like tailor made. I was like, oh my goodness, brother. But my man, what,
wow.
bro?
No, he didn't.
Like how the Howard Scammer did his picture, Joe. Remember that too?
The Howard Scammer. Yo, where's the Howard Scammer?
He's
If
good.
he could come on the
He's
episode,
good.
I would love that.
He's good.
I would really
What do you mean?
listen.
He scam niggas. He's in the cut right now, bro.
Bro,
We need him on the
bro,
pod.
please look
want
at
some
this.
bread.
Look at your man.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. I seen, buddy. I seen your man.
Nah, I seen
I seen your man. I ain't know he was gonna end up on the stage and shit later in the night.
Bro, he is like the
Roland
Michael
fucking
Bro,
Martin,
he is like the
bro.
Michael Jordan of this shit.
I didn't know what was going on.
I'm about to say, like the
Who that
nigga's
nigga
like
is.
Michael Jordan of the event.
Nah,
Like,
that-
No
that-
idea.
I'll
I
be
have no
100.
idea who that nigga
Nah,
is.
it's like,
I
You
guarantee
don't know who Roland Martin
I
is?
don't know.
yeah. Bro,
He's crazy.
I got people's
Even
moms.
in DC, period.
Bro, I
Like,
got
just
people's
DC
moms
alone,
liking my
like,
video.
Roland Martin, like
That
that
video of
nigga,
him,
bro.
I had multiple people's moms liking the video.
Not the mom.
I'm just saying, bro.
Roland
He got a
Martin.
very specific demographic that, like,
Definitely.
he's Michael Jordan to.
Yeah,
Like,
I seen
And
the
he
video.
deal with it, and he's for black people.
I didn't know what was going on.
He loves him some black people.
He loves him some black
I
people.
had no idea what was going on.
Yeah, he like the Donnie Simpson of the TV shit, low key.
I like that.
Okay.
I think that's a really swell comparison.
Yeah.
That would make sense.
Cause like niggas know Donnie, but like niggas don't know Donnie.
Right.
That's a good point.
And like niggas know Roland Martin,
Yeah.
but they don't know
Bro, this
Roland
man
Martin.
at one point like, had
But,
like
like,
a
if you-
network. Like he was like a face
Yeah.
of a little news network. It was like a black joint.
The
But
name
like,
do sound familiar.
bro, ask Nana. She gonna be like,
For sure.
she gonna, oh.
She know Roland.
Yeah. Everybody.
She know Roland.
See, he always going a little too far.
She know Roland.
She know Roland.
She know Roland. That's
She know
crazy.
Roland.
Niggas a mob.
Niggas just
Yeah,
riding.
Niggas a mob.
Niggas is potted.
Niggas podding today, huh?
Niggas is riding for Roland. That's
Nah,
crazy.
I fucks with Roland,
definitely
man.
riding for
I
Roland.
fucks with
Definitely
Roland.
riding for
Heavy.
Roland.
I fucks with Roland.
Like,
Martin.
conservative people don't be caring about niggas. He be caring about niggas.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Like,
He
for
be
sure.
Like, and he one of the black people. Like he one of the first black journalists I think that sat down with like a conservative person, and interviewed him, and like checked him. And that's when I really was just like, okay,
Yeah, I don't know the bag that deep,
I see you rolling.
but I do fuck with
he
it.
was on the news jump that you was talking about.
Yeah, I
That's when
definitely
was just
remember
like-
that.
That's when I'm like,
Because
yeah, okay.
that was like early 2010s type
early
bag.
2000.
But you know, shout out to, like I said,
I was in North Carolina just watching shit, baby. I'm trying to tell you
I
something.
was just watching shit.
I'm trying to tell you, I was so over this shit, just doing stuff. Working in warehouses.
Like I said, so I wanted to bash American Airlines because I had
Let's do it.
a nasty commute, but I was like, that's tired. You know what would be wired?
Okay, bars.
Are we time traveling? All right, so this is why I say that. Time zone shouldn't be a
I'm
thing.
glad you knew my reaction.
All right.
This nigga said, "Are we time traveling?" This is why I said that because I was definitely gonna say, "What the fuck, y'all?"
All right, so because time zones, right? So I started on the East Coast.
Okay.
Then I went to Pacific time.
3 hours.
So all right, boom, boom, boom. Like everything's different, da da da. So then I get to Dallas Fort Worth, and this is when I had the fucked up commute schedule.
2 hours.
So I'm in Central time. So then from there, I go to Nashville. Still
hour.
Central.
2 hours? It's still 2 hours?
Central. I don't know. It's a Central time.
Nashville is 2 hours? I did not know that.
Nashville Central. So then after that, I get back home, and when I get back home, I was just like,
What side is Tennessee is Nashville on?
I don't know. And I got back home and I was just like, this feels weird. Like it doesn't feel like I was in
I think Memphis is an hour.
Central is an hour more than positive. Mountain is 2 and Pacific is 3.
Okay, got you. All right, I was confused now.
Some can, like Dallas Fort Worth, I think it's 2, but it's also Central. So some part in Texas, you can be Central and have 2.
Because Dallas is definitely 2.
Yeah. Some parts of Dallas, or Texas in particular, I know that's how that works. But Central and like Chicago, out. But to finish, so once I finally got back to the East Coast, I was just like, my body has been in all these 3 different time zones today.
Little by little at that.
And at different moments, like it always felt like the same. Like the time was different in all these places technically.
But your body.
But it was all the same. So like when I left at 6 o'clock and got back, I left Vegas at 7 o'clock and I got here at 9 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
But it was technically 6 p.m. in Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, am I actually like, or are we just time traveling? Like, maybe we're not doing as much moving back. Maybe that's the simulation. Maybe the simulation is that, stay with me for a second, that we have changed up all the measurements of like the way the world works. So like, none of us are on a central time or da-da. So all these zones and shit, that is the matrix. That is the simulation. That like we're moving in and out.
Okay, got you. I hear what you're saying. I understand what you're saying.
Stay with me.
But the reason that the time zones are a thing.
Okay, tell me why.
Is because of where the sun is at a particular time. Because the sun sets 3 hours later on the West Coast than it does on the East Coast.
Now, which
is why it's 3 hours behind.
But that hasn't always been that has been a thing that has happened throughout time. This in the beginning of the world, it wasn't on the West Coast of the United States. This is a product.
Yeah, but there was no West Coast of the United States.
There's always been a West Coast.
Of the United States.
There's always been a West Coast.
Yeah, but there always been time zones too, but they haven't been as spread out as they are.
No, the daylight savings time is literally a product of humans.
Yeah, for sure.
But
I'm talking about you're talking about beginning of civilization.
Yes. So I'm talking about time.
Pangea.
I'm talking about the 24 hours. That's what I'm talking about. The 24 hours.
24 hours.
Yes, and how that works. From the beginning of time, it's been 24 hours. For as long as all we know, when they've discovered it.
When they started calculating time, is what you're talking about?
That's what I'm talking about.
Not beginning of time.
Time we know as we know. Time as we know.
Okay, you're talking about the literal definition of beginning of time.
That's all we have.
Calculation of time.
Fuck yes.
Okay. I'm just talking about.
No, nigga, I ain't talking about no boom.
No. I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about
not boom.
Yeah, the boom. The Big Bang is crazy.
I mean, listen.
But I'm just talking about. Yeah, that's why you said boom. That's why I'm here.
I'm glad everyone picked it. I love the Big Bang
I'm
theory.
just talking about beginning of time.
Listen, someone who's a scientist could maybe explain this much better to me.
I'm just talking about humanity, and I'm talking about Pangea. When it was when this shit was all just one piece of Earth. There was Earth.
I get that.
And then you got the ocean, and then you got there was one major continent.
Yes.
And then shit broke off.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And then when shit was when it was Pangea, you know what I'm saying? We still had time zones, but the time zones were different. It may have been how you do it in America, but it might have been.
My thing about a time zone is that a time zone on Africa is different. Yes,
yeah,
that's a complete difference.
I'm not
but
East Coast and
on the West Coast and the East Coast,
the West Coast of Pangea might have been 8 hours.
Yes, but I'm saying, as we know it today, I am not convinced that is.
Shout out to the Christians.
Just how it works. So to tell me that it is on like that,
I can
definitely give you that.
The Greeks and the Romans.
Our time is off. They just talk about how the world is spinning faster now than it ever has.
Yeah.
You don't think all these things play with putting shit off the axis?
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. So I don't think if we as people are.
But I got a theory about the Earth spinning faster though.
You don't think that plays a part in the simulation?
About the Earth spinning faster.
Yeah.
Again, it's hotter, so it's trying to get quick. It's trying to spin faster to get through the warm months faster, so they can get to winter. Winter will be longer, so they can cool itself off. So that way, winters would be harsher. But
I don't know if I think it'll just be harsher or just push back because as you've seen, like we be getting winter elements in March now for like the last couple years. Yeah. So it's just to me, and that is my point about society. These things naturally have a shift, and then when you as humans interact with it,
humans are going to fuck
you
up the
change
earth.
up the axis.
Humans are going to fuck up the earth, but nature is always going to correct itself.
You don't, and that's my point. With the time, you don't think that we've added. My thing is, how are we sure that these are the exact like? This is something that we have designated for our consumption, for our use. My whole point about daylight savings time, it is a man-made thing to have more productivity.
Didn't they dead that shit?
No, in certain countries though. That's my point.
I thought they was dead in that shit. Yeah, I think they just deaded that shit.
They voted it, but they had to go to the Senate. It went to the House. Now it has to go to the Senate to be voted as into law.
So probably like 2023 by the time that shit.
Or if they even get to that, niggas can fucking vote that. But prime example in Arizona, there's no daylight saving time. So how does that work here? But someone tell me about how all of the
But Charles,
the simulation is real.
But Charles, they also just started recognizing
Martin
Luther King Day. So
that has nothing to do. Listen, racism had nothing to do with the simulation. I just want to put that out there. Like, listen. Honestly, I can see if you wouldn't believe in God because you're like, yo, why did he stop racism? Like when people are like, why did God stop racism? I'm like, you know what? That's actually a pretty decent point. Like, cause like if God probably should have stopped that. But then I'm like, that's not part of the simulation. That ain't got nothing to do with it. Like white people just crazy. So please don't put that on God. Right. Like so leave him out of that.
He was like, bro, I didn't think white people about to lunch out like that.
And he was just like, fight back, stand up.
He was like, well, I did, but
stand up is getting some burn today. Stand up.
And niggas, here's the thing about stand up. Niggas be standing up. Like that's the thing about history. Like don't get it twisted. Like there's a lot of times where niggas is like, fuck this shit. We're not. It's just that a lot of you other niggas are like,
his own
stop.
ass ain't right with him.
To be fair, it's a lot of you other niggas who are like,
right.
That's too far.
My man, y'all love Nate Turner.
Bro,
fuck with y'all at though.
Bro.
Fuck was y'all at?
Say, nothing from Martin Delaney.
You know what I'm saying?
Where?
Fuck was you at?
Like, niggas, that's why I hate niggas. Like, niggas always got something.
Paul was saying this shit.
Niggas ain't never there for you when you need them.
Niggas like out of motherfucking Europe to get some success and shit. God, motherfucking Europeans had to
God damn it. I'm tired.
Shit.
Sorry, we got a little heated.
Niggas unplugging lights.
I'm sorry. That was an accident. But the greater point was...
Niggas had to go to Paris.
You niggas gotta do better.
And then get hated on to realize that America really wasn't that bad.
So let's talk about... So I was in the NABJ panel. Well...
Niggas love to know this nigga James Baldwin. Nigga went to Europe and was like, hold on, they racist is racist over here.
Oh, all right, back. So I went on a panel, and there was this lady who's an author. She wrote a book about.
Spark this J. My blood pressure.
Yeah, I'm about to roll up after that too. About how she was a whatchamacallit, and she moved to Paris to be an expat during the Trump years because she was like she couldn't vibe in America anymore.
That's unfortunate.
And you know, they were just talking about like the different racism and shit, And she was like, she felt
because Paris don't like black people.
Well, that was interesting. She was like, she felt like they were upfront with it.
Yeah.
So she was like, that was the biggest difference between there and America. She was like, in America, people try to hide the racism.
Fuck no, Paris like, dog, we don't fuck with y'all.
So do you think there's a place? Just because this was my point, it was going to be that look, we keep talking about how like
know my stance on the
niggas
French.
don't fuck. Yeah, I know you don't like the French. Niggas don't fuck with other niggas when they trying to get shit popping, and not just here, bro. In Haiti, you think if all the other black people in the world were like, yo, we gonna fuck with Haiti? You think the French was gonna be able? You think Americans would go? Yo, if all the black people was like, no, we riding with Haiti. You think the Americans were gonna be able to help the French to do all the shit they did to them? No way.
Slave trade would have ended then.
Niggas ain't riding. Like, bro.
Slave trade literally would have ended.
How about niggas come together? Like, bro, you think they was gonna be able to colonize all of Africa if you niggas would have came together? No. Probably not. Yeah. So how about you niggas work together?
The only way they can trade y'all is if y'all was the cool with trading each other.
Yeah. Let's be real. Where's the elephant in the room?
Like, come on.
Someone has to be honest.
As a Muslim, it was the Islamic slave trade. It was the thing that led to the English slave trade.
Right.
Like we were trading them first. We treated them differently.
That's what I've been trying to tell you all these
Nah, for sure. We treated them differently.
That's what I'm saying. And see,
like, you know what I'm saying? But like,
and we can have nuance.
Yeah, we didn't treat them as slaves, like whole slaves, but it was just like,
because slavery over there wasn't the same.
Yeah, after a certain amount of time, you got your freedom, my nigga. Like, this is a punishment. Slavery was a punishment.
Funniest thing, if you read
you know what I'm saying?
and
then once you got to the English, it's just like, no, this is income. Like, you niggas are lunching.
But
like,
if you read that book, Slavery by Another Name, they make the great point that, like, the first 50 years in America, slavery as you know it isn't what you think. Yeah. It's very much so indentured servitude until like 1656 where Virginia puts a law in the book that says every black person, every child of a black slave must remain a slave for the rest of their life. So like the first 50 years of this country is kind of vibes.
Son, they hate Roanoke. They never talk about Roanoke.
It's kind of vibes.
They love talking about Jamestown. Never talk about Roanoke. Because it was a humongous failure, and that's when shit was servitude. There was another boat that came back right after Roanoke. When they landed, it was just like, we don't know what happened to the settlement of Roanoke. Like, the Indians or any of that. And then, like, there was another boat that came after, and they had the little people or whatever, indentured servitude, that the whites and the blacks, all that. That's when they was talking about. And then that's when there was, like, 60 years, like Charles was talking about. They was just like, no, bro, we putting the law in the books, and it was just like, like, black people, y'all are slaves, bro.
Yeah, it's just like, bro, why have everybody be able to come here and get it when we can just decide, only my mans can get it? Yeah. It's a very simple process. It's called immigration. Like, that's
why they love James Smith, Pocahontas, and all that shit. Like, that was the marking of it.
Pocahontas is kind of fire. I wonder if she was really fire. You think she was really fire? I don't think
she looked like a boy in that one picture I seen.
Oh, for real? Like one of the real life ones they said?
But that was when she got to England, though. Like, she had already, like, been... Like, because, her story
honestly,
was, like,
selling out your people... Different. Honestly, and that's another thing. We have to stop romanticizing women doing nasty work. Like, that story is literally her selling out her whole society for a white man's love.
They don't never talk about savage.
Like, we have to stop glorifying this type of behavior.
They don't never talk about savage.
we really have to stop glorifying this type of behavior. The lady sold out her whole society for a white man's love.
They've been doing that. Cleopatra. She wasn't black.
Okay.
She was Greek.
No, you're right. She wasn't black. So I'm saying,
or Nubian. They put it that way because that was the Nubian people back then in Africa.
I could feel that.
In Egypt, she wasn't Nubian.
I could definitely feel that.
Yeah.
I could feel that. Okay, I can give you Cleopatra.
Nefertiti. She was the real one.
How did she sell out? I know Cleopatra did fucking with the Roman cuz, but
she was already white, so she didn't really count. Like, we knew she was gonna sell her. Her father was Alexander the Great. Like, come on now.
See, that's what I'm saying. That's like, it's hard for me to like. Pocahontas' dad was like the chief.
That was that nigga, Powhatan. Yeah.
Like, you don't have to do that.
Half of Virginia be named after him, low key.
You don't have to do all that. You could have. You wanted white dick that bad? That's what you did it for?
Hey.
Like, imagine if a black guy
been there before.
Well, imagine if a black guy sold out the whole race for some white coochie. Niggas would be like, that's crazy.
It's happened.
Tell me. Only time niggas risk
I'm pretty sure we haven't documented, but it's happening.
That's my point. Niggas don't ever risk the race. Niggas will risk themselves. They'll never listen. For all this shit about Martin, you ain't never seen Martin do that shit to put the race in effect.
No, never.
Never.
No.
All y'all niggas is hating on Martin in the
past. Got falling in line if she gonna fuck with me.
You know the vibes.
Yeah.
You know the vibes.
For sure.
So like
same thing. That's why I never held Frederick.
No, Frederick was nasty.
No,
you know why he was nasty?
He's a nasty
because here's the thing.
But I never held him.
When there's a law,
because like the white bitch fell in line. White bitch fell in line.
When there's a law saying that you can't do it,
sure you know what I gotta do.
No. When there's a law saying that you can't do it and you still do
did it,
that's a lot.
And nature's capital.
That's a lot.
And you live down the street from the White House.
That's what I'm saying. Frederick did too much. And I think about
that nigga could walk on his front lawn and spit on Congress.
My thing about this is you got to go to Randy Moss way, in my opinion. You got to start white then go black. No, you got to start white then go black.
Okay, you see shit.
Yes, Randy Moss. See, you see Randy Moss first white with the kids.
Ain't the same day as my wedding picture.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You felt that. I like that. That's the part. That's the part. You gotta feel that way.
It's not about where you start, it's where you went, baby.
That's what I'm saying. You can start white, but you cannot finish white. And I think that is the difference. Frederick finished white.
Yeah.
And you can't finish white.
Yeah.
You cannot finish white. Starting white just means that maybe you weren't in the right mindset.
But hold on. Devil's advocate now.
Okay, talk to me.
And his time.
Mm-hmm. You about to ride for the white? You about to ride for the white finish?
I'm riding for abolitionism. Because that's what he was.
Disgusting.
And that time back then,
Okay, talk to us.
there were a lot of female abolitionists that went to said rallies that he spoke at because he was a captivating figure. He was the most photographed man
Of the
of 19th century. You know what I'm saying? So, like, people knew what he looked like. And it's like, you know what I'm saying? Pause. It's not like he was an ugly nigga. Like, he was an attractive man for the time period.
That's why I be rocking the fro, bro. Frederick.
You know what I'm
When I get the part with the Frederick fro, y'all gonna be like,
And
this
so it's just
nigga,
like,
my only role model.
and then you think about his story. Like, okay, I sent a group chat. I sent a text in the group chat yesterday. Like, how what hold on, let me see. I gotta read this verbatim.
Okay. Listen, I'm fucking with Frederick.
It was something about the nigga stealing the bread. Oh, the Aladdin joint that I sent.
Oh yeah, what was that about? I didn't really give it a full scope, but it was
She
looking.
was basically saying that, like, sometimes, like, she said, okay, my favorite movie is Aladdin.
Okay.
Like, all-time favorite movie is Aladdin.
Okay, kind of weird, but okay.
I'm just saying, like, I was a young nigga, came up in the
Kind of
90s.
weird. What's
I'm
up with
just
you?
saying.
Can a nigga have a
I
favorite
didn't say
movie?
it, I just thought it was kind of weird.
Nigga said
I can't
kind
have
of
that
weird. No,
Listen,
bro.
I can have that take.
Yeah, but it's just like, I relate to Aladdin. Young nigga grew up
Young
with
nigga
nothing.
lit on in his favorite movie is Aladdin. Like, come on, buddy. Like,
But, like,
I'm
this
gonna be
is-
confused.
Hold on, but this is why.
Lion King, baby. Okay, I would have felt that
But
way.
hold on. But I'm not a lion. I'm not an animal. I'm not a lion.
Once again, when we all
Aladdin
children.
grew up with nothing. He was stealing bread in the street.
Oh,
all
man,
that
about
shit.
to
Like,
explain. He's
I need to
explaining.
eat, bro. Like, you know what I'm
He
saying?
knows
Like,
the
Whole
vibe.
new world, man.
Whole new world,
Fuck
bro.
out of here.
I'm making nah, it's not. All my bitches not in my bracket.
Oh man.
They not my league.
What 5-year-old is thinking this? Like, get the fuck out of here. I'm super cap. I hope this is Jay Ace night. I hope Jay Ace is thinking about Jay Hart is thinking about the bitches in his bracket. Like this motherfucker right here. That's all Atlanta because his
I
favorite
was not
movie.
thinking about the bracket.
That's what I'm saying. Get out of here. Stop the cap.
I just knew you had a house. I didn't.
And I can respect that. See that is a legitimate
There you go.
take right there.
There you go.
But the bitches in the bracket,
Yeah,
No.
but no, not at all.
Yo.
Yeah. But yeah,
I felt
so
it.
like the Aladdin jump, she was just like, yeah, princess and all that be cool, but sometimes like the nigga you want for real is the nigga stealing the bread. And I was just like, that's alright.
not a serious person, but I can honestly, if I didn't, the first one I didn't believe, but I believe that part. I believe you felt that the shorty was with the nigga who was stealing the bread, not the princess.
No. I was like, the Aladdin that's my favorite movie.
I believe it now. Now that you, the first part about the bitches bracket, no, but this part, yes, this is what I can
And so I was
believe.
just like, I feel that. I was just like, okay, that's my might be answer play. That might be why I be in here sometimes. And then it's just like, yeah. But nah. And I was just like, that's cool. But I forgot what my point was.
Aladdin's your favorite movie,
Aladdin's my favorite movie.
yeah, I don't really know. I was just kind of confused. That was your favorite. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Aladdin being your favorite Disney movie is really throwing me.
It's not my. No, Aladdin is definitely my favorite Disney movie, but it's debatable because it's endless. Like, because we grew up in a time of like Disney movies.
That's my point. So, like, I'm not saying Aladdin can't be anybody's
Aladdin's a
favorite.
very top tier
I'm
Disney
not
movie.
saying. Listen,
So I don't know how you could scoff at that
this
for being
isn't
his
my
favorite.
Just like
Like that is a
Aladdin
top
isn't
tier,
good.
bro.
It's not. It's just. But it's just
Aladdin
like.
at top 5.
It's easily top 5.
Yeah.
Easily top 5
Easily.
for our era of
That's what I'm
Disney.
saying. All right.
It's
Okay.
easily top 5. Easily, man.
Give me your top 5.
I just have to. Now I'm gonna. Let me look at a list because I'm not just thinking about just like Disney. I'm just thinking about just like kid like that genre. Like the Mighty Ducks to me is
It's a
like
Disney movie.
Well, I know, but I'm just thinking about that type of genre, like Sandlot. I don't
Disney
know.
movie.
Oh well, like I'm sorry.
Hey, you giving me a bunch of Disney
Mulan,
movies.
I like Mulan.
Disney movie.
Well, you just asked me. I'm gonna keep going. Lion King. So no, it's not
Disney
top 5,
movie.
nigga. That just gave you 4, right?
Yeah.
How about we talk
Give me a fifth.
let's talk animated Disney movies.
Oh,
Cause you
see,
threw in
that's what I'm
2. Cause
saying.
you threw in 2 non.
That's why I was.
You
asking
throwing
how
in
we
2
doing
non.
this.
Let's do
Grew up in
animated.
a time when niggas was watching Disney movies.
Yes, but that was.
animated Disney movies.
But we also
But he
watching
threw in-
the Power Rangers. That was
yeah.
all part. Mighty
Yeah,
Ducks. That was
for sure.
all part of that era. That was all kid movies.
Mighty Ducks was a little later.
95 or 94.
I think when you talk Disney movies, you gotta do animated versus the non-animated. So if we're talking animated, Aladdin's definitely top 5. That's definitely top 5.
Animated Disney movie.
It's definitely top 5.
Favorite Disney movie.
It's gotta be top 5. Aladdin gotta be top 5. Your Lion King's up there.
Under the bed jump. That was like one of my favorite jumps.
The Little Mermaid has to be top 5.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Mulan has to be top 5.
I fuck with Mulan.
The Lion King has to be top 5.
For sure.
Is Beauty and the Beast top 5?
For sure.
never
That's
my
top
bag.
5. That's the 5.
I saw the remake with Emma Stone or Watson or whichever one.
That's the 5.
All right, hold on. That's the 5.
With Aladdin.
So Aladdin, Beauty and the Beast,
Beauty-
Mulan, Little Mermaid, The Lion King.
Yeah.
Mermaid and Beauty is not in my 5. I'm gonna snap that. I'm not jacking that.
What about
personally.
Prince of Egypt?
I'm not jacking that.
I'm throwing Peter
not-
Pan.
Not jacking that.
Stop jacking. Tarzan.
Ooh, soundtrack crazy.
Tarzan.
Nah, the Tarzan was fire when it came out. The Tarzan was fire when it
Fuck the
came out.
soundtrack, the movie is fire.
Yeah, the Tarzan was fire when it came out.
Like,
I give you
rags
that.
and riches and shit is Tarzan.
That's all right. Cool. I'm fucking with that. Beauty is not in mine, and
Lilo and
Mermaid is.
Stitch, that's the last one for me. I'm not gonna lie.
That's my
And
second
if we're
favorite.
gonna do top 5, that might crack my top 5 and get Aladdin ass up out of here. I love that movie.
Get
Bro, I watched that shit
Aladdin?
in high school.
Get Aladdin out of here.
Lilo and Stitch.
Robin fucking Williams, my nigga. We gonna have some. We gotta have some respect, man. We gotta have some respect. At some point, we gotta have some respect, bro. Come on, bro. I'm not giving you that. I'm not jacking that neither, bro. I'm not jacking it, bro.
Hercules?
You know what? You know what? I sit up for that. You know what? I give you the Hercules. Hercules get in there for sure.
Hercules was a jump. I had a Hercules plate.
Yeah, I get in there for sure.
My thing is that, like,
I can give you Lion King, Hercules, Mulan, Aladdin. And that's my 4 is right now.
Listen.
I don't know about the Beauty, the Mermaid.
Jump debatable, so I'm like, it's
Depends
crazy.
what time of life.
No, for sure. Listen, I'm not saying he's debatable. I'm just saying
Aladdin has to be in top
Like my
5.
favorite.
I don't think that.
And
See, I
that's
don't
what
think
I'm
that.
saying.
Top
And that's all I'm
5,
saying.
son.
I don't think that. I just gave you 5 other ones.
Aladdin crazy,
Bro, what would a little girl want Aladdin? Unless you can't
Aladdin
about Christmas
crazy,
Jasmine.
Bro, niggas was flying carpets and shit. You not jacking that, bro?
Bro, Aladdin was just
You're
giving
sick.
like, bro, niggas is in the
And the
depth.
Jones
Bro,
I
I used to watch
same
it.
time they giving women empowerment and Shorty went against her father.
Yeah,
and was just like, yo, I'm
once
choosing
again.
who I
There you
want.
go. He's thinking deep at this point. Like, what you mean, yo? Like, what the fuck?
So that's L's back.
And then,
So we got.
So that's L's back.
We're gonna both watch it together. You be Aladdin, you be Princess
And
Jasmine.
then the father, and then like the Aladdin, like daddy issues, all that shit. Like nigga was going through shit, bro.
Bro, my nigga was. I was
Nigga
like,
was
bro,
out
why the
here,
fuck
bro.
are you down bad
That nigga
so
was
bad?
just dimming
I just
it.
never could understand. Like, bro,
Bro,
you
he
got a
trying to
magic
get-
fucking carpet and you're still fucking down.
Trying to
bad.
get right.
That fucking made sense to
He
me.
didn't have the carpet till later.
Exactly, it was always down bad.
He's trying to get right, my nigga.
Oh
Oh my god. All Disney movies are bad vibes, bro. What are you talking about? There's always an issue, bro. Always.
Listen, my nigga Lion King had an epic.
Niggas died, bro. Fathers died 10 minutes in, bro. His uncle wanted to kill him, bro. That is bad vibes,
No, no,
bro.
no.
You cannot argue Lion King is a good vibe, bro.
That's why Charles likes it.
I don't,
That's why Charles.
No, bro.
It is a African.
bruh.
Listen, just drama from the beginning.
Bro, that's bad vibes. Bad vibes,
I
bro.
was like, I'm out.
No, this is
Bad vibes, bro.
More cap. More cap. More cap. Get off me. You and your cap have to stop. Bro, bad vibes.
Arabian Nights, baby. I knew what it was.
I know what it was. You gotta know the real meaning.
I knew what it was.
This is
I was
insane.
Like, what is that? What is that?
Where that at? Yo.
No. All right, you're right. It was bad vibes.
Son.
It was so much. It was here from the beginning.
Sad
bro.
as
My man
fuck,
had to
bro.
My man had to get back to squad.
Yeah, true friendship, though. Timon and Pumbaa,
Bro,
come on now.
listen. From the beginning, took him in.
And that nigga
Friendship.
was- and he-
People taking you in who don't
Nigga was
need
like,
to.
hold on, Slim, hold on.
Everyone can be
And
family.
then, hold on,
Great life lessons.
Timon and Pumbaa was like, you can survive off something other than killing other animals.
Bro, pacifist. Like, listen, are you not seeing this?
We
Like,
giving real messages out.
and then
Nah,
went back to
Lion
being
King-
gangster
Lion
when he
King-
needed to at
Lion
the
King is
end.
my second
When he
favorite
went back to
Slim,
gangster.
for real.
Come on, bro.
Hey, man.
I understand Lion King's not in your top 3. I don't even know what we're doing.
It's definitely top 3, bro.
I'm saying, bro.
Sad as fuck, bro. Kids don't need to see that, bro.
We didn't get into the most the most real black nigga movies. And
Which one? Okay, yeah.
Bambi was wild
Nigga,
too, man.
Bambi's a really good movie. People say it's slow. I like Bambi. I like Bambi.
That's real, nigga. That's real.
At one point, I didn't have cable, so like I used to watch a lot of these type of movies.
Him and his mother died. He was running out the forest in a forest fire. His mother died.
Niggas are dying, son. Like these are bad vibes, bro. Kids don't need to see this.
Climate change.
You're not showing the kids the Lion King?
Bro, it's kind of sad, bro. It's also triggering for me as well. I
babysit
don't got time for that, bro. It's triggering,
They're
bro.
watching Lion King first chance I get.
I ain't even get done yet.
What a guy.
Real hood nigga stories, man. Mother died in the beginning of the jump, live up, got his mans, all that, get the kingdom, get his girl and all that. At the end of the jump, who pull up? His father.
It's bad vibes.
Nigga gets to all the success.
So you say he was a basketball player
Yes.
with the sing? Wow.
Yes. He Shaq. Bambi Shaq.
No, I thought Shaq was pops.
He ain't know his father till he got drafted.
He Bron?
Yeah, I think it's
No, his
Bron.
stepfather.
He
Oh,
Bron?
you're right. His stepfather was the dude in the
stepfather
military.
raised him, yeah.
You're right. You're right.
Shaq's stepfather raised him.
I hate that shit.
You know what I'm saying? And then he got out here.
No,
you
you're
know what I'm
right.
saying? I'm the king of the
The
forest
Hunchback
type
in Notre
jump.
Dame.
God damn, that's a jump.
We didn't even bring up one of the goats.
Talk to me.
Toy Story. I was about to say we didn't even get into our Pixar bag. What? Man, Aladdin.
We was talking Disney. We said Disney. We didn't say Pixar.
Hasn't Disney owned Pixar for almost 20 fucking years now?
I don't know, my guy.
Yes, they
I
have.
don't know.
Yeah. They bought it in like
2002 type shit.
Yeah, they
right
bought
before
it-
Monsters
they
Inc. type
bought
shit.
it after they kicked Steve Jobs out of Apple the second time.
Yeah, when he came back. Yeah. No. I'm about to say we didn't even get into the Pixar bag.
I
into the
remember that
Pixar
from the
bag.
movie. I remember that from the Steve
Those are the
Jobs.
later years. We was talking that era though. Toy Story's in that
3,
area.
Toy Story 3 is technically considered a Disney movie.
I'm not fucking with Toy Story.
Yeah, me neither. But the first Toy Story, yes.
Definitely
But all right,
classic.
cool. All right, I'm glad we got somewhere with the Disney. I'm still riding for There's other things than the Aladdin, but I respect it.
Debatable, bro. I'm with that. My favorite jump is Aladdin. Everybody else jump can be theirs, but Aladdin, my man.
I respect you standing your ground on that. I'm not gonna lie. I respect that, brother. I don't know why, but I love that for you.
I got a picture on my phone right now of me in the Aladdin pajamas.
Okay.
No vibe.
The same year that the movie came out.
Honestly, I like Disney, but I like Nickelodeon just as much. So like, I was a Hey Arnold guy.
Hey, Arnold, that nigga.
Always. So like, he's probably my favorite cartoon character. Kid, him and Doug.
Yeah.
Like those are my two favorite.
Patty Mayonnaise.
Real black Charlie. She was good vibes. I also like the cartoons where like people were human but not human, if that makes sense. So like,
Cousin Skeeter.
what's the alien joint? Lloyd in Space.
That was alright.
I used to fuck with shit where like people are people, but
Invaders Zim.
people are doing shit, but they're just not actual people. So when there's like no white people,
Definitely a Zim guy.
there was I was
So what were you? Were you Nick? Were you Disney? Or were you Cartoon Network? Were you 43? Were you 44? Or were you 45?
I was 43 or 44, going back and forth.
I was
Cartoon Network for sure.
super 45.
I know. Listen, I wasn't a Cartoon Network. Like I used to watch
Super 45.
Dexter's Laboratory,
All of that.
Johnny Bravo.
Give me the
and
Powerpuff.
Powerpuff Girls.
Give me Looney Tunes 7 a.m. on a Saturday morning, nigga. Come on, what are you talking
all
about?
that.
What are you
That was
talking
my-
about? That was my bad.
I was fucking with Rugrats, Cat Dog. For some reason, I used to love
I can fuck with the
Cat
cat dog too, which
I
is
love Cat Dog.
super weird
It was
now
super
because
weird.
you,
I used to love
you
Cat Dog.
kind of understand what it is now.
Stimpy randomly.
Just fucking with them
Ren
too.
and Stimpy was crazy. It was just like, bro, like I don't think I'm supposed to be watching this.
At
But
all.
this shit funny as shit though.
Ed, Ed and Eddie was my bag.
And then
I'm
Eddie,
not
bro.
gonna
That's
lie.
when I knew that I was like, oh yeah, these niggas on drugs.
I used to
niggas
go
are
crazy more with the Nick and the Disney for sure.
That was not my bag.
Like those are my two bags.
I was there and I was
Disney and Cartoon Network for me.
I was WB off the 5 o'clock. Get home, give me some Yu-Gi-Oh.
I like the Yu-Gi-Oh.
Damn.
And I
What,
fuck with the Jackie Chan joint.
Yu-Gi-Oh.
Jackie Chan joint.
Jackie
was
Chan
my
was
shit.
it
What was the joint
too.
that came on right after
I'm
Yu-Gi-Oh?
trying to think, bruh. Cause it was dead. It was like 5:30 when that joke came on.
Yeah, I wasn't really
They had
fucking
the
with.
Beyblade joint on that joint at one
Wasn't
point.
fucking with
The
that.
Beyblade joint,
Not fucking with
that was a low key underrated show, bro. Niggas don't know the Beyblade the Beyblade show, bro.
That's what I'm saying. The Digimon digital monsters, my nigga. You
Digimon
know the
came after
vibes.
Yu-Gi-Oh. There we
I
go.
couldn't fuck with Digimon because it was knockoff Power Rangers and it was just like.
It was a knockoff Power Rangers and knockoff Pokemon. It was like a mix.
Yes,
of
that's
the
what I'm
two,
saying,
yeah.
and I liked both of those.
The
And I
intro
couldn't
with
give
crazy.
either one of it.
I was definitely the poster.
It's like, give me the original of both.
Like, how was the trainer part of the thing? But he's supposed to be the trainer. I ain't fuck it. I'm here.
Yeah, I'm not really. I wasn't the biggest.
Because Digimon came on after Yu-Gi-Oh. That was the 5:30 jump. I remember
Sad,
that.
bro.
Thank you, Shirley.
What I do? I did.
Pinky in the Brain was my vibes at one point.
Pinky and the Brain was okay.
I was definitely
Pinky in the
fucking
Brain.
Angry
that shit.
Beavers.
I fucked with that.
Was it
a little
me?
bit.
That's my shit.
I fucked with that. A
I
little bit.
fuck with Angry Beavers, bro.
I'm here with you, Charles.
Angry Beavers was just a weird show. Like it was just like weird. Like what the fuck do these people be doing? Oh, the joint where monsters in the Our Real Monsters. Wow. Shirley was watching Dick. Shirley, real niggas. Shirley.
See, I remember that. I was there, but you know, cartoon had me.
I was,
and
and that's what I'm saying.
But I was everywhere. Yeah, I was everywhere.
I was on Dick.
I would say Toontown was crazy.
I was everywhere.
It was everywhere. So what's your Disney joints?
Damn, maybe I wasn't there.
So you wasn't fucking with the Kim Possibles and shit?
Oh yeah, I guess if that was Disney.
Impossible, The Sweet Life.
Sweet Life is that cool. They didn't really have as many animated.
Didn't get down with them.
They had the That's So Raven.
I was definitely fucking with the Raven.
That was a good
I
one.
don't know. I would have to see the
Lizzie
list.
McGuire. I used to fuck with Lizzie McGuire.
I was there though, wasn't.
The later stages of Boy Meets, whatever the second
Yeah,
one was.
when they were in college, college years.
The
Yeah,
college years was on there.
Oh, Even Stevens.
Even Stevens.
6 period.
Shout out to
6
my man.
period.
Shout out to Beans. You know what I'm saying? My
Yo,
nigga
I remember
Beans.
I was in maybe
Nigga
the
Beans
3rd or
pulled up
4th
and
grade,
all
and a
your
girl got her
bacon, cuz.
period, and we kept like a girl got her
Beans
period, and we
pulled
kept
up
singing
and
that to
asked for all
her.
your bacon, Snap.
That's some
Yeah, it was so wild. It was very,
job, dude.
very because it was funny.
Stuff of the law.
fucking children.
Yeah, children are evil. I'm not.
Fuck.
That's what I'm saying. Like when people be like, how can you say this? Is like, buddy, I was a child before. I kind of remember what was going down.
No, that's what my mother.
Yeah, it wasn't all roses and flowers, buddy. It was a lot of bad vibes. And then the jersey,
Yeah, the jersey was OC. Yeah.
bro. That's what I'm saying. Disney Channel.
Episode.
I just said how I didn't like real people, but like Disney used to have black people. The famous Jet Jackson,
Yeah, they was.
bro. They used to just
Rest in
have.
peace.
Yeah, they used to just have black people on TV. Smart guy.
Smart Guy was definitely our age group.
Remember Beyonce was on Smart Guy? She went to prom.
Sister was our jump.
Sisters.
fucking with all that. Hey,
All that?
they said the season finale, the series finale of Kenan and Kel, I cried and shit. They saying I did that.
I believe you.
That I was upset.
You should be upset.
I was
Watch the
upset.
TV. Good Burger.
I was fucking with the Kenan and Kel.
I remember Good Burger
That
being a
nigga
movie.
killed, like, cried on the last time he said the orange soda
I was
jump.
right there. I was right there, my nigga. I was right there.
I remember that.
I was sick.
Now the Good Burger go crazy, bro.
I had the legal cable. Had to flip over to the B side.
Recess. We didn't even talk about my all
Oh
time.
no, the
favorite
Recess was definitely
movie
lit.
of kids show of all time
fuck
is
with
Hang On to the Recess. Those are the two.
I was definitely on.
I'll put those two over any kids like TV series. Those are my two shits. Hang On. The
These
Recess movie.
These niggas fought for summer vacation.
Bro, the Recess. Bro, if there's any, I keep telling y'all, we're going to open up Riverdale movie theater before it's all said and done because that is the place I watched the Recess movie. And I vividly remember
I got something on there.
being on the joint just like, I hope they don't take away Recess. Like, I was just like, no. I was like, TJ Detweiler was fucking,
I'm adding that to the list.
yeah, come on, nigga, I need investors. Listen.
Help build a mosque. Open up Riverdale Rapids.
Bro.
I mean, Riverdale jump.
Riverdale
we
movie
can do
theater,
that.
bro. You nigga, bro.
Yeah,
I used to be in
Riverdale
Riverdale town center. Because I guess that's what they used to
be
call
over
it.
there
I used to be
shit.
like,
And my
damn.
sister went to the little dance store right there. That sold the dance stores, the dance shoes, the little ballet store right there by the movie theater. My sister used to go buy her tap shoes and ballet shoes and all that shit from right there.
They got a bitch over there.
Yeah, and then my mother would be like, "All right, you with us, so we can go to the movies today." I'm like, "All right, bet."
Fuck with, bro. I seen the joint where.
Shout out to Tish, man. I'm a Mooka real nigga.
Oh, for sure. What's the joint that nigga said? Was it Kazam
She in New Orleans.
What's the joint with
right now,
Shaq?
randomly.
or Sinbad? Whichever one. Where he's like a genie or something.
That's Kazam, and that's Shaq.
Yeah, Kazam. Yeah, that joint. Definitely seen that joint in there too.
He had another joint though, where he was a superhero.
Shaq, wow.
You know what? You know what's a great kids
Shaq
movie?
was going crazy in the 90s.
Blank Check.
For sure.
I love that movie.
Even though it was like, she was just like preying on a young nigga, but
Bro! Alright, so I was thinking the other day, because they were showing some old wrestling like skits, about how JBL or JBF, he was kicking niggas on the border. And it was just like, bro, niggas been racist and shit all the time on network TV.
The United States really let them niggas go to the border and do that. Like, bro, he was really on the border when he did that.
Bro, so my thing is that, like,
hired a whole actor.
Imagine, look, bro, we used to just watch wild shit all the time. And, like, the last time we was on this joint, niggas is just trying to niggas are trying to, like, act like this never happened. Like, I'm like, yo, did my whole childhood just not exist?
Yeah.
Like we said, blank check. It's literally this grown-ass woman preying on this little boy. The whole movie. My Date with the President's Daughter is a great movie, too.
Shout out to the Lawrence brothers.
Getting that bag. Oh, they got that that horse movie? Yeah, I fucks with that joint. Listen, Disney Channel, if y'all could do anything, y'all need to bring back.
Shout out to Samsung for bringing them back, because they got a commercial with the Samsung, the new phone.
Oh, for real? The what you call it?
What?
The brothers.
The Lawrence brothers.
Okay.
Like all three of them.
Remember their show?
Yeah.
What was it called? Was it called The Brothers? When he was the mechanic in Philly?
Yeah, and then they had a little brother.
Yeah.
The little brother, and then the other one was like...
That was only two of them in that joint. It was the oldest one who owned the mechanic, and he was like helping take care of the brother.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying, because like their parents died or something.
Yeah, some shit like that. Bro.
And that's why they brought the youngest brother on in like the second season or some shit like that, or later on.
Let me see what the name of that movie. I definitely it was just called... Bro, if your TV came on between like 1 and 6 p.m. at any point in like American history, I may have seen it at least once. I was about to
say 8 because after basketball practice. I
was probably at basketball practice by then, so that's why.
I'm gonna say we was usually out by 8. My team anyway, because I go from school, grandma house, basketball practice, home.
I was an aftercare kid for sure, so it was big aftercare vibes.
Same. Tish worked in Anne Arundel County and she had to come to PG.
After that.
Or I went to school in Anne Arundel County. She worked in Annapolis. Come pick me up and then come out here so I can play a sport.
Oh, motocross? That was a good one.
I remember the motocross vibes.
Wow, he voiced something in Recess. Did not know that.
Son, Disney was way more like woman forward back in the day.
You think so?
Yeah. Motocross, movies like Motocross, like shit like that, like women breaking into different sports, double teamed. You know what I'm saying? Like shit like that. Like they don't make like movies like that. They don't make movies like that no more. It's always somebody coming in to save the woman and shit like that. Like they're a damsel.
Si se puede.
You know what I'm saying? And like. And that was based on a real story. Like they used to build, like Disney movies used to be based on like actual shit back in the day.
Yeah, because that Double Team.
Yeah, Double Team is actually based on the twins that played in the WNBA.
Yeah, it was called Brotherly Love. The show I was talking about.
There we go.
Because
they from Philly, ain't they?
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow.
Tim Duncan, Mr. Fundamental.
Fucks with it.
Bro, I remember watching this series.
I do too.
It's a fucking great series.
What else, y'all? What are the vibes now? We've talked wow. I didn't think we was gonna get to Disney kids movies, but I like that.
Absolutely.
I love the range. You guys. Good potting. Anything else you guys need to say before we call it a day?
You got anything on your list?
You just vibing today, baby.
I don't know. I don't. I feel like I had some 2 days ago, but I think I just be drinking too much.
Yeah, we'll talk about that off on camera. All right, you guys. If you want any more recaps from me, just ask me personally. I might give it to you.
I got something. Happy birthday to my daughter. She's 1.
Yes.
I officially feel really old now.
Yeah, you got 2 kids.
Like, and it was chill. You know, the 1 month, the 3 month L, the 4 or 5 month L, but L is a legit year old now. And this nigga J9. Hate saying this nigga J9. J9 is about to be 3. I'm about to have a 3-year-old and a 1-year-old. And this shit is kind of crazy to me.
Alhamdulillah.
This shit is wild, bro.
Yeah.
I just like, you won. The shit she does now, I'm just like, you wasn't doing this. Shit, time flies, as Drake once said.
It does.
A lot of people said that, but, you know.
You felt it from Drake.
Yeah, obviously. But yeah, I was just like, man, no. Shout out to L. He turned 1. It's a beautiful thing. You're at the crib right now.
Oh, baby.
I'm on the way to see you. We're going up for the party. This is coming out the day before the party.
Happy birthday, baby girl.
And my nephew's birthday is also today.
Okay.
I would like to piggyback off of that.
For real?
Miles' birthday's on the 10th.
Yeah,
Some
Wednesday.
good Leo season.
Shout out to my guy
Shirley's
Cam.
birthday's on the 13th.
You know
Our
what I'm
cameraman
saying?
makes some
Shout out to
fucking noise
cameraman.
for the
Yeah.
Leos in the building. Let's not forget about everybody. Nigga,
There's a lot of birthdays.
We got y'all. We know it's all love here for the squad. We love all our Leos.
But yeah, shout out to my second born, man. That's my guy.
Shout out nephew. Shout out baby L.
Shout out Nisi. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Habib T. Shout out Habibi. You know what I'm saying?
It's all good love. And also, my sister's birthday was on the 2nd.
See? Look at that.
Shout out none of y'all. It's good vibes out here. Look at you. Got us on some good vibes to end the show.
Alhamdulillah.
We love that. Happy birthday once again, baby L. We're going up for you tomorrow.
Yes, man.